Good morning. My name is Melba Jones. My husband Nick and I were invited to visit First Presbyterian. We were invited by Wayne and Donna Parker, good friends of ours. When we attended, we were greeted with warmth and with hospitality. After the first time that we visited, my husband had a heart episode, and the pastor at that time, Sanford Turner, came to Mobile Infirmary and spent the whole day with me while my husband Nick was undergoing the surgery. And then I knew that where we needed to worship was First Presbyterian Church. You have to attend to understand how warm and loving the people are there. We were fortunate to attend a series of disciple classes that were taught by Vera and George Douglas. George Douglas was a gifted teacher and made sure that everyone participated in discussions. I can still see his eyes twinkling when he played devil's advocate and got everyone involved in the discussion. He and Vera were the best teachers of anything that I have ever attended. I miss George, and I love George, and I love Vera dearly. We also were invited, or I was invited by Cynthia Malone to be a table parent for the Logos program. That was a program that we had at First Pres for our youth and children on Wednesday night. It consisted of a meal and Bible study and worship skills and a time for play. At first, I was a table parent, and you sat at the table and assisted the children in the meal in any way that they needed. And I found it to be a very rewarding experience. The next year, I was asked to help teach the middle school class, and that was an experience. Bob Malone and I experienced that together. I will never forget it. After that, I taught a class for first and second graders, that was a better fit for me, and I enjoyed that so much. I enjoyed working with the children with the Bible studies. That age is so dear. Charlotte Frick asked me to be a member of the fellowship committee that she was chair. This was a little later on, and we had a good time trying to plan events and recreation and food for the congregation. One event that I particularly remember was a night of Broadway music and entertainment that was that we invited a young man from the Methodist Church named James Keith Posey, and he did a night of music from Broadway. We also had 4 outstanding desserts that night, and we invited the community, and the sanctuary was filled. It was one night that I will always remember. Another person that I want to mention was the associate pastor when we came there. Her name was Toby Mueller. And you could hear her laugh. It just made you feel good. And she and Sanford Turner worked together so well. And later, after Sanford went on to the Presbyterian, she and Bill Seibert, who was interim pastor, worked so well together to keep the church together at that time. I really enjoyed knowing Toby Mueller. And one thing that I remember about Toby was when she and Bob Malone did a duet at Logos that the kids just really loved, and so did I. They pantomimed the song Pharaoh, Pharaoh, and would get all the kids to join in, and it was such a delightful thing to see. I remember those days with such fondness. I served as a deacon and have also served on the session as an elder. I was chairman of the worship committee and found that to be an experience that brought great blessings to me. One of the things that I was really blessed to be able to do was to take home communion to those who could not attend church, were not able to attend church for some reason. I was blessed to take home communion to Phyllis Montgomery, Harper Hughes, Kay Mullen, Jerry Magretto, Flossie Kennedy, Nancy Flynn, and Marge Roberson, and others. This was such a blessing to me, and I will never forget that experience. Excuse me. Presently, I serve as chairman of the fellowship committee, and this is the greatest committee that you could ask for. We have served the congregation by having Fifth Sunday dinners and fish fries, and I want to say that the committee that I serve with now is the best and the most pleasant committee that I have ever worked on. I have been blessed by being a member of First Presbyterian Church. There are many people that are gone now that I will never forget, and one of those in particular was Sarah Leonard, who was the cookie lady for the Logos program. She greeted the children and everyone else with cookies and love and hugs when they came in. And I don't think that anybody that ever knew Sarah Leonard will ever forget her. It was a joy to know Flossie Kennedy, who lived to be over 100. We had a 100th birthday party for her, and it was such a joy. It was such a joy to see that smile. Another person that I really remember who has just recently gone on was Dot Asprey. That woman had more spunk and more courage and more fun in that little tiny body, and it was just a great pleasure to know her. and it. I have been blessed to be a member of First Presbyterian Church.